What's up, guys, or welcome to anybody who's new. We are back at Slay the Princess. Hi, quick disclaimer for anybody who's new. Hi, welcome. You should boop that subscribe, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here to tell you to go watch the previous episodes. I know what you're thinking. I just want to jump in. This looks really cool. It looks really cool, and I'm glad you think it looks really cool, and I want you to be here after you're finished there, because here's the thing. You're gonna be confused. You will be confused. Confused. Every version of the word, it's gonna happen to your noggin. Because it has so much story, so much plot, so much movement, so much going on. And the thing is that every ending we get to is gone. You're not gonna see it here. There won't even be a mention of it here. Why won't there be? Well, you would know if you'd have watched the other episodes. So go skedaddle. Here's the playlist. It's right up there. Down there in the downs. You can just go ahead and click in the description. It's right down there too. So just go do that. Circle back around, and I will see you soon. But before you go, you can boop that subscribe button if you want to. Just give it a little boopsie right down there if you'd like. Last time we had a lot of tech issues, primarily me just forgetting to click the, record desktop audio button and then losing all of the audio from the game and then having to replay the game while watching the game that I'd recorded at the exact same time so I could line them up and edit them together. It was a 3.5 day editing process because of my stupidity, which caused a serious delay in the upload process, but it's not going to happen again, and we are going to get back to our weekly princess uploads. That way we can keep everybody up to date. Last time we were in this, we had made, no, it wasn't Morphe Princess, that was 2 ago, Jeebus. Last was the nice princess. The nice princess. She was all nice. We got her out of the cabin. She was having a great time. And then the second we got her out, she was noodled with the noodle arms for no reason whatsoever. Like, we did everything right. So something is in the air that when we take the princess out of the cabin, she gets abducted. I am still determined to believe that there's nothing wrong with this princess. I don't think she is inherently bad. I don't. I am yet to see a princess that I'd be like, hey, you deserve this. It's an entity or a curse. I'm thinking that we put the curse on her because here's the thing. Apparently we have feathers. This was news to me in the last episode. But we've got talons and we've got a magic mirror. We know people with magic mirrors don't have the best track records. On top of that, I don't understand why we would be the only people who could kill this princess unless we were the ones who put the curse in the first place. And so in order to save the world and have a giant change of heart and do our due diligence, we would have to murder her. Final answer. You know what? I'm locking that one in for the episode because that's all I've got. And boop. Oh, that's right. Okay, so I saved it after he did. You know what? I'll take care of it. Don't worry, Mr. Narrator. I've got you. You are on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You are here to slay her. And if you don't, it will be the end of the world. I'm pretty good at that. I know it by heart now. Okay, so when we did the skedaddle thing, when we just left the woods, that option disappeared. But apparently we do still have our silently continue to the cabin option. Are we gonna have to kill her in this one? Have we lost our savior options? Hold on. Okay, how about we just be casual? Last time we gave him the silent treatment. What if we just give him the old casual treatment? Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
Oh, yeah, okay. We're gonna play it cool. You don't know me, I don't know you. We don't know what's going on. Hero, you still there?
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Do I get... Oh, okay, I still don't get dialogue. I guess I'm only getting dialogue here if I'm being feisty with him.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
I still don't know where we're going with this.
The blade is your implement.
Yeah.
You'll need it if you want to do this right.
We all know the script, Mr. Narrator. Take the blade has an explore next to it. We'll play around with this. We'll play around with the thought for a bit.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I got my pokey back. Poke, 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 poke. Oh, it said explore. Was that the explore? Were you... Was that the explore? Oh, my bad.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Boop.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
We still haven't heard Hero yet. Where's Hero?
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
It's always right when I bring him up that he decides to appear.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
That seems fair. I got Blade. Gotta get close anyway.
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, Hero.
Listen, you're mad when I do, you're mad when I don't. Okay, how do I please you, Mr. Narrator?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Well, on the bright side, she's looking feisty again.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Boop, boop, boop. Nope. Are we gonna do it? Are we gonna do it? Are we actually gonna do it this episode? Are we gonna poke her with the fork? Steal your nerves and step forward?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I don't think this is gonna end well. I don't think she's just gonna let us stab her.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
She's getting an odd sense of deja vu here. She's got a point, Mr. Narrator. He's a very tight...
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
What if she isn't bluffing? I've never pressed the button before. Are you sure she's not armed?
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
What if she's got magical powers like this? All the scenarios we've dealt with seem very magical. I feel like maybe the entity that's out there in the space world that, you know, Miss Noodle Arms, I feel like she's got superpowers, and I don't want to fuck with that.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
Oh, fuck, I've already hesitated. That's not good. I don't know if I want to... I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
That's new. Squint at the princess while holding on to the blade. Oh yeah, give her that real squinty stare, man. That's gonna set her off.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
Maybe. Squint at the princess even harder.
You squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now.
He's positive.
You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
We can't get the same ending twice. Here's the thing. We can't get the same ending twice. So obviously, if I have the option to not kill her, that means I haven't exhausted on all of my non-killable ends, which means I'm dropping the blade.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
Isn't this how we got the chain ending, where we locked ourselves up?
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Well, she obviously knows. I wouldn't be coming to kill her if there wasn't for a reason.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster?
With those eyes.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Oh, why'd you have to go back to the smile? I was hoping you'd tell me, but maybe that's a bad idea. Yeah, I was actually hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
That's fair.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Yeah, but she's given me a lot of reasons, a lot of explanations. You haven't given me one still, and we're on like episode 6 of this. How long have you been down here now that we're getting social?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Give me a minute. Okay, we talked enough.
Oh? Have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I'm gonna keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do with you.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help.
See, now you're getting feisty, so I don't want to trust either of you now. Now you're just getting all crazy with me.
And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
I made my choice. I am locking her in the basement, okay? I don't see how this should be bad to either of you, okay? She obviously said she can find a way out on her own. Seems good to me. If she can't, she stays locked up here. Then you're happy. That's a compromise.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here.
Well, I win. I win something. There's got to be some sort of prize in this.
It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
We don't know that yet. We have to wait and find out. Remember, it didn't matter how long we're down here. We've already figured out that we can't die from starvation. We can't die from dehydration. That's what normal people call it. So it's fine. I watch you. You sit there. We get to know each other.
You turn your back to the princess, and make your way to the stairs.
Okay, why is it whenever I make a decision you have to take it to an unrealistic route? Why would I turn my back on her? I feel like I'm perfectly capable of walking upstairs backwards. You never turn your back on the enemy. Possible enemy. I'm not saying she's the enemy.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
Well, then she would have done that in the first place.
Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
No. We're sticking to the plan and we're locking her down there. I feel like you guys already cracked the case. You know, you guys perfected the formula and I'm just gonna stick to it.
You'll be the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way.
Great.
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out?
Maybe we should run? Maybe we should run. I feel like at this point we would stop sitting by the door and we just make a run for our lives. That does not sound like a princess.
It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. And it's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
Great point. How do I do that?
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it.
What I did? What I did? I'm not the one who locked you up here. Am I? Am I the one that locked her up here in the first place?
You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
So all of that was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really an innocent or a harmless little princess. You're a monster.
I can be innocent and harmless, if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall.
Why are we staying?
You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
Is she a ghost?
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Why are my organs shutting down? What is spooky ghost princess doing? So what okay, hold on. I feel like this is the first time we have genuinely pissed her off to a point of weirdness. So is this the handy thing that's possessing her, or it's the curse, or did she die in the basement and now she's here? Because she's very floaty and entity-like. How are you a ghost now?
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills.
Do you have gills? Do I have gills? Do I have feathers and gills?
What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
Now, hold on. Contrary to your popular belief, Miss Princess, I just so happen to know we have a chapter 2 coming. Unless we don't have a chapter 2 coming. In that case, this is a very odd playthrough. But I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing each other again, and then we can discuss whatever just happened here.
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2. Ah, the nightmare.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Great. I was hoping it'd be the end of the world. Okay, spooky ghost princess. Spooky ghost princess. Spooky ghost princess. Turn around. So wait, I still have my turn around and leave option in chapter 2, just not in chapter 1? She's gonna kill me again!
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
Okay, you keep boosting me up, appreciate that. So the cabin usually changes depending on our chapter 1, and considering when we were nice to her, it was nice, fluffy, lovey little kingdom. Is it gonna look like a haunted house now? I've got a feeling it's gonna be very haunted housey.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
No, it's not.
Shh. What if he hears us?
Voice of the paranoid. Voice of the paranoid. We have our new friendly voice.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all.
It's the first time we met. So are you saying that when I entered this forest to kill this princess, negating all the other times we've entered the forest, that this is the first time the narrator's ever popped into our weird gill-feathered monster head? We don't find that a little odd? We don't find that a little odd that we've developed voices in this forest? Okay, well, I want to hear more from Paranoid. I want to get a feeling for him, so we're going to hop through these.
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
It usually does. Oh, sorry, I have to click it for you. Oh, Mr. Narrator, you're not capable of moving along with your own sentence? Do you have to wait for my will, for your non-free will to continue? My bad.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of
Like
me.
the 8th now.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We couldn't trust either of you, and as far as I'm concerned, we still can't. All we did was lock her away. And how'd that work out for you? No comment. Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And your solution is to send us back in there. Do you want us to slay the princess, or do you want the princess to slay us? Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't.
I'm threatful.
Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working.
Did she do that? Because it seems like maybe we just had like a heart attack or a panic attack. I understand that every time this woman slays us, I find a way to to rationalize her homicide, but give me a second. She never touched us or hurt us. She just opened the basement door, and when we tried to run away, we just stopped working. But she didn't inherently, she even said herself, I can take my time with you. And then she's like, oh, maybe I can't. It looks like you're, about to die. So she had intentions, but she didn't get to go through with them because we died. I don't think she killed us. I don't think she was the murderer.
And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
Technically, Noodle Arms does that. Princess has nothing to do with it.
If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us? I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can.
No. If we come back to it, we'll come back to it. But right now, let's, every time we do Let's Talk About the Princess, it's mostly narrator talking, and I'm not interested in that.
A warning before you go any further.
I understand. You've told us before. Honey words, cheat, lie, steal, big shebang.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Don't trust anyone? Even you? New cabin? No cabin.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway.
Mr. Narrator, if you could just, fuck the mirror. I know I'm usually interested in the mirror, but fuck the mirror. Can you tell me about them? A little Rick and Morty style figurines out the window. There's one on that side. They're ganging up on me on the left there.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time.
Not worried about the door. Again, paranoid. You're just like the other voices. You're focusing on the wrong thing here.
It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
Yeah, man. Oddly enough, I can. I can feel those eyes.
I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
Spooky ghost princesses. Spooky ghost princesses. Why is that not an option? Yeah, you didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall, champ.
You're right. I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there.
Well, at least you're mentioning the eyes.
What are you two talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the floor, and the open doorway leading to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Well, they're not in here, so I wouldn't expect you to mention them. Fair enough.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. We have to look at it. Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending it isn't there is a trick to get us to do exactly what he wants.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Every time I expect it, eventually it's gonna work. I feel like, though, the mirror in the cabin versus the mirror in the long quiet, this is the mirror that we're actually gonna see ourselves in versus the one in the void, because that one just gives us a very vague representation. We can only see like an arm and barely a face.
Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
Yeah, the cabin's different. We do need to discuss that. Then maybe we can talk about them more. She's having a very, rough day. Look at those eyes.
Very different.
What are you looking at?
He changed it, didn't he?
It's like he's trying to make us doubt our reality. Calm down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You haven't died, you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Now the question here is, do we take the blade? Because if I'm right and she is a ghost princess, that blade isn't going to do us any good. Enter the basement? Blade's not going to do nothing to a ghost.
We should have taken the knife again. I don't think she's going to take an olive branch. We need something sharper.
Oh, but you're not going to make me take it. You're not that brave.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mentioned the eyes.
Yeah, you know, I was mentioning that too, Mr. Paranoid.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
I don't know. I bet she fits right in for some reason.
Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Time to turn around.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
I'm gonna talk to her. I this is a solid game plan. I was gonna read that, but this kind of took my attention. Step off into the void between the stairs? I like a good void.
You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. Why did you do that? What did you think would happen?
I don't know. Yeah. I was curious.
Congratulations, you really lucked out. Of all the things that could have happened from stepping into a void, nothing is quite possibly the best outcome you could have gotten.
Oh.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
I want to
As
do
you
it.
emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones, visible against the inky black of the basement, mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is?
Me or narrator?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement.
He's got a point, Mr. Narrator. You could show a little bit of hesitation when this happened. I mean, it's not exactly normal, but why are you directly down this pathway? I want to know if they're different, because here's the thing. There were 3 sets of stairs back there. I still have that save. Maybe we'll explore that. Maybe we'll just for fun, we'll just go hop into one and see if it leads us to the same basement. If it leads to the same basement, it was the same ending. But if it's not the same basement, does that mean each of these divergences could have left to a different ending that had the same result, and that's why we can't see them? Because if there were different results, I could go back, but I can't go back to that ending because the skedaddle option is gone. I am so confused.
We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
Is back up the stairs an option?
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Go right. Do nothing. Maybe go back. Let's just leave. Let's
You turn
leave.
back to the stairs, only to find that they aren't there. A faintly outlined path lies before you. As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb.
Oh! Is that like a... It looks like it's dark, so is that like a turtleneck? Did you upgrade your dress? I like it. I do like it. I will say that. The dark hair really suits you. The doll face is kind of creepy. I do like the flowers. Flowers are nice. You look great.
Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
No little knife this time. It's almost like you want me to get you.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
Well, we tried to warn you.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart,
Oh, you're just gonna keep going? Are you gonna keep?
liver, nerves,
One more time.
heart,
Got a good beat to it.
lungs, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open.
What are you doing?
I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death.
Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more?
You have seconds left.
Yes, I'm sure.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
You go paranoid.
Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
No, I know. I'm gonna slay you.
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
I should have brought the knife. I should have brought the knife. Now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm looking at you, I should have brought the knife.
She isn't attacking us.
Heart.
Why?
The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen.
That isn't my fault.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is because fighting her isn't an option right now.
Then you should get looking, shouldn't you?
Okay, running's a bad idea. I've got a great idea. Fine. You know what? You win. I'll let you leave. I should have brought a knife. That's on me. That's my fault. Let's skedaddle.
What? No!
You know, it seems like the best option because if we go upstairs, we can grab the knife. So just shut your mouth.
I knew you'd come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
Do you think you can just wrest control away from us?
This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster?
Shit. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
Okay, slower. Slower, paranoid.
With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
I'm getting the knife.
Come along now. You don't want to be stuck down here.
The princess glides onto the stairs and beckons you to follow. If only you had a weapon, this would be the perfect opportunity to use it.
I am trying to get the weapon back, okay? I made a mistake.
But we don't. We've already made our choice.
We can still grab it on the way out.
Thank you, Paranoid. You know what, Paranoid? Good job. You just made your way up the tier list.
You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the suggestions for the time being. Just focus on keeping us alive. Right.
Heart, lungs,
There you go. There you go. Step onto the stairs and follow the princess.
nerves. You step onto the basement stairs, following the princess as she ascends. Pins and needles punctuate your every step, an uncomfortable and constant reminder of your mortality. Is this really worth it?
At least it's a choice.
That doesn't justify anything. A terrible choice is still terrible.
Make sure you keep up. We wouldn't want you to fall.
I wanted to see what would happen if I fell, actually.
As if acting on instinct, you crane your neck and look behind you. There is nothing there.
I didn't want to fall like that.
The princess reaches the top of the stairs and taps on the door. Her head twists back in your direction, watching you with dead eyes as the way out creaks open. Don't forget that your pristine blade is still on the other side. You can still make this right. You can still save everyone. You can still save yourself from becoming her tormented pet.
There's no harm in us having a weapon. All it does is give us more options, and we are dangerous. dangerously low on those right now.
You got one job, Paranoid, and I appreciate your advice. You're great, but please focus.
Have you considered that maybe you could operate the autonomic nervous system for a bit? Everyone is trying to manipulate us, and I can only do so many things at once to keep us alive. Heart. Liver?
He's so bad at everything. Hero's so bad at everything. He is the golden retriever we keep around for moral support, and that is all you are, Hero.
Your body seizes violently as you regain consciousness on the floor of the cabin. No! You're doing it all wrong. You're supposed to do it like this. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. I guess I have to do everything around here, don't I? Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Great.
Heart,
There we go. Back with me where you belong.
nerves,
I thought you might have decided to break yourself just to spite me.
liver,
It's better for you that you didn't.
lungs, liver.
It's kind of underneath her dress right there.
Now we can get back to business. For starters, we won't need this where we're going.
Lungs.
You're gonna take the knife. I had a suspicion it was dangerously close to you.
The princess plucks the blade from the floor and tosses it through the door behind you. It vanishes into the inky black of the basement, never to be seen again. Guess we're not stabbing her in the back. I guess not. I'm going to fix myself a stiff drink. If I'm about to watch you hand the world to her on a silver platter, I'd rather not be sober.
And now you open the door.
There's nothing else for us to do.
Step into the world.
The doorknob twists in your hand, revealing the forested path beyond the cabin. You bastard. You've actually done it. You've actually doomed everyone.
Let your tears loose on the world. I didn't mean to let my tears loose on the world. I was planning to grab the blade.
Liver.
It's so beautiful. I can't wait to ruin it.
You know, we've been here. We were here in the last episode, but it's looking a little different now.
But it's so cold, too. It's itching against my skin.
Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart.
The princess, exhausted, slumps to the ground.
Why is it so cold?
Problem solved? You do not get a chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
We've been here.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Okay, again, you always get scared when you're here, buddy.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
It's for you, yeah.
It's calling us. And not in a good way.
Okay, whatever's on the other side isn't nice. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I'll see y'all on the other side.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. Do we trust you?
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled? What does that mean? Are those really my feathers, or is that my coat? I don't like the ungood look we get at you every time I see this. Happy ending, though, I guess. You know, you at least Noodle Arms to hold on. You know, I've got a thing to say about Noodle Arms, but I want to see the princess first. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. Oh, she looks pleasant. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there.
Okay. So let's say poor chance. Let's say poor chance that this entity isn't the one ending the world. Let's just say poor the chance. Because there are endings in which the princess doesn't want to end the world and endings in which the princess becomes a creepy voodoo doll. But every time that happens, regardless of whether she's not going to end the world or she is, the long quiet woman entity, I don't know if it's a woman, takes her away. Like that spirit just grabs her. So is it its own reset path? Like, you know how we've got the narrator and everybody in our brain and they're like the guiders. Maybe this is like the auto reset button if we, well, it's not even if we mess up. Still don't know how I feel about you. Still not entirely sure how I feel about you, Noodle Arms, but we're getting places, and you did save the world at this time, so I appreciate that. I love the outfit, though. Loving the outfit change.
Do you know what we'll find out there?
Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know? Do you want to tell me?
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces. And I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me, short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
There's trees and stars, and there are people. If you didn't destroy them all, I think at least there are supposed to be people. Again, if you haven't destroyed them all.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Because you killed them? Or because we're immortal? One or the other. Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is filled with sadness. A doll, abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart.
I mean, that makes sense. She was abandoned in the house initially, and then we tried to abandon her again. I mean, we said that we'd stay. Maybe we should have stayed in the basement and watched her there than just leaving her alone again. That was kind of a bad move on our part.
Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home.
See, that's what I mean. Every time it's the psychotic, crazy ones, you want to give them a happy ending. But the one nice princess we had last time, you're just like, oh, she served her purpose. We can discard her heart now. Do you know what's going to happen when you... Oh, whoa, whoa, wait a minute. I was going to go down the line, but I saw the narrator in this one. What do we got here? When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one? Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. So you're telling me that hero and skeptic and smitten and paranoid, they're all me, but this specific one isn't.
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers, because he's got a lot to answer too.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth.
Oh.
The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
He is within me, man. He has infiltrated the system, okay? I've got a right to be nosy. Oh, my favorite question. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
What? I thought... So, what... Do we not... What? Hold on. No, don't tell me that. What do you mean just one? But there were so many branches. Aren't there more? Will I have to just play this multiple times to find the other ones? Were those the only ones? No, because I never slayed her outright. One? You won't even let me find the others? Maybe I can find the others. Maybe I can bring her the one and then be like, no, 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 you're not going to awaken until I've brought them all to you myself. Fuck gravity, man. He's not a part of it, and I've never heard of a gravity. I've only heard of a narrator, and he wants me to find them all. It's like fucking Pokemon, man. We're not stopping now. Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
If this is the last time, is there anything you'd like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
I've been very nice. I've tried to be very nice. If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just gonna stay right here, okay? I don't want this to end. I don't want you to go nowhere.
You've already tried waiting, but I
yeah.
understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
Is it just gonna cut the game again? Well, we'll try it.
I will see you when you return. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine. You have returned to me.
Hi.
Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
Oh, thanks for the little things. Appreciate it. Can you get out of my game? I'm trying to do stuff. Okay, I'm gonna put this here, just in case we don't get these options in the end. I want to explore them. But just in case, I'm gonna save that there just for experimental purposes. I'm ready to go back now.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark, and you die. So we only need one more. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Don't stop recording things. I'm still trying to do stuff. Almost done. Almost done. Almost done. 14 out of 97. You're telling me 14 out of 97 and I'm almost done? Please. Alright. She scared me for a minute there, not gonna lie. I was a little scared, but that set me at ease. So, long story short is, we're not almost done. We're not near almost done with this. We have got a lot more to go. Yes, we may release her of her binds and set her free into the world like Calypso, but we are not done with this series and we are not done with this game until we have beat it to its fullest completion. This definitely was eye-opening, though. We saw a ghost doll princess. I'm not even entirely sure what that was or why that happened when we just decided to leave her there. Like, we've done worse to her and she hasn't gotten that angry. Like, we've outright attacked her before and she hasn't gotten that angry. But it is another ending with new information, and apparently in the next episode, once we have brought her whatever entity we choose to bring her, it will finally come to a climax, and we will get to see what this entity has to offer. But I'm not so much interested in that as I am in the prospect of us being able to actually seek out and speak to the narrator, because it's been brought to my attention that he is the only non-me voice in my brain. Like, the other voices are me. This one's just a totally different guy that's just appeared here. So we've got the princess, who she's a conundrum in herself. I haven't even begun to understand her. The entity, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just collecting this woman's perspectives. So obviously they're connected in a way that I don't understand, but they're not necessarily evil. The narrator, however, just seems like a bad guy. Like, he's telling you to kill this woman with zero explanation, and whenever we do deviate from him, he makes sure that when we die, it is in the most excruciating and painful way possible. Not a great guy. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Go ahead and leave your theories and your conversations below about what you think Miss Noodle Arms is going to do to us in the next episode. I'm really excited for that one. And make sure to like the video, and don't forget to boop, slap, schwap, bang, pow all over that subscribe button, and I will see you Booskies later.